Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Crypto Compass, your guide to everything crypto. Today we have our second interview on the channel. We have NoKapRich on the channel today. He has a huge Twitter presence and he's coming on the show today to tell us about his experience and how he navigated through crypto and what projects he's working on today. You don't want to miss this episode. Let's jump right into it. Sorry to interrupt the video, but please don't forget about my coaching program. I want to help guide you for success within this market. Follow the link below. Today, I have the honor of sitting down with RIZZ. RIZZ is a really big presence on Twitter. He has his own token. He started a RIZZ token, and he also had a Discord called Access Alpha, and he's been in the space for about 6 years now, and he has a lot of experience. I first got to know him when he was shouting out different coins on his Twitter, and I was really into those coins and I saw those move, and I've seen his alpha plays and just his general knowledge, and I'm really interested and excited to interview today, Rich. So please tell us a little bit about your experience and kind of how you got into crypto, the projects you've been working on, and how you look at the market and your outlook on it.
It was back in 2017. I got into crypto from like coming off of a resale type of group. I was in a Discord back then that was about just flipping sneakers and just running bots kind of before everybody else had bots. And it's not that I had crazy bots, but I had something that was like good enough. So yeah, I had a buddy reach out to me and he told me about XRP and basically like ran me the narrative, and I thought it sounded good, just like a lot of other things in crypto, like it sounds good. And I jumped into XRP 30 cents, and like within a few days I watched it jump to 50, and that's when I was like, I got to get in there. So like that was my first trade, XRP and Litecoin. And yeah, I've just been in the market since.
So I guess go into your experience of how you started the RIZZ token and also the Access Alpha, your Discord, like kind of how it started, how it began, and how you kind of grew it from that point.
Okay, so the timeline. So basically, I started Alpha Access. It was like November of 2021. So it was low key at the top of the last cycle. And that whole run that I had leading up to that point in 2021, I had got into Bitcoin at like 3,500 the previous year, like in COVID, when everything like crashed, like when Bitcoin crashed and like the stock market crashed. Like I was fortunate enough to have like a real life business that was just, it was bringing in enough money to where like I could put capital in different spots. And I got a notification that it was like Bitcoin's like down to 3,500, and up until that point I hadn't traded for like a year and a half because I got in 2017 and I didn't have like it went the same as like how it did for everybody. Like I was young. I was probably like 18 or 19 around that time. Yeah, like 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. So like I didn't know what I was doing. I was just riding waves, like jumping into tokens. When I saw they got high enough, I'd jump into anything else that I thought like sounded good. Yeah, 2020, I was just sitting around and I kept getting notifications one morning from Coinbase. It's like Bitcoin's at 5,600, Bitcoin's at 44, and I was like, what? Like that's crazy. Like, and I opened up Coinbase for the first time like a year and a half. I was like, damn, this thing's low. Like 3,500 is like I've never seen a 35. So jumped in and low key, like I've been playing it pretty tough ever since. After that, like I jumped in the NFT space. I was fortunate enough to like jump in and board Apes when they were 2K. So like I rode that wave.
Do you feel like now that we're kind of coming upon the Bitcoin halving, and historically the Bitcoin halving is meant to be followed by bull runs, kind of like how you were explaining your experience in 2020 when everything kind of dipped, right? And then it was that last dip and then boom, like we just ran right up. Do you feel like we're kind of headed in that direction and we're going to start seeing some like insane gains, and probably me and you are going to get back into the trading and, you know, hopefully making a lot of money doing that?
Honestly, given that there's no like crazy random black swan, like I'm extremely bullish on the market, and like since I'm not like deep dive, like looking at it every day. And that's kind of why I just stopped for a minute. Like I would just look at this stuff every day, like try to take every trade. Like ever since I kind of stopped doing that, it's easier to just kind of pick it up, look at the chart, and obviously not know what's going to happen, but have like a better reading on this stuff, opposed to like people that are like still trading every day. And like, I'm not knocking them, because if you've been like basically going long the past 3 weeks, like you're super up. But it's like you had to have been playing the market up until 3 weeks ago, where it's like when I was doing the whole RIZZ stuff, like I wasn't looking at any other chart for like 3 months. Like I quit looking at everything. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, I was looking at everything. I was like, damn, I wish I had been like watching this, because like it looks like we're getting ready to send, and like low key everything started sending pretty hard. So I'll get these gut feelings, but it's only like once in a blue moon. And like, yeah, I have raging gut feelings right now. Like obviously like we could come down lower, but the fact that we've ran to 31, 32K basically out of nowhere, to me, super bullish. I remember the last time we were floating around like 28, 30 level. Like once we got over 31, that was like not May of 2020, but May of 2021. And the same period, I lost a bunch of money, dude. But we like had came down to 28, and just that's when we sent to 69. And I'm not going to say that's what's like get ready to happen, but to me, whenever I see Bitcoin run like the way that it has, like what we bottomed around 15.5 back in December, it's been about 7 months. I mean, we've ran 15K. And my typical rule of thumb is like, dude, when we run like 7 to 8K like fast, like we're getting ready to go. And ever since that time, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, we bottomed at like 15. We ran all the way up to 21, 21.5, and like that's that $7,500 gain I'm looking for. And it'll pull back a little bit, and then since then it's just ripped. Dude, you just can't ignore when Bitcoin runs 7, 8K out of nowhere, just green candle, green candle, green candle. You can't ignore stuff like that, in my opinion.
I like your take on overtrading, which is something that I tend to tell people too,
Yeah.
is less is always more. Like people are always coming out of here and trading daily, losing a lot of money, but then also gaining when the trend officially flips. And I feel like we're finally flipping, but in our position, in our case, you could take a break, kind of take a mental break, come back into the market, and then trade it when it does flip bullish is always more beneficial because you'll have more capital, you'll be
Yeah.
mentally prepared for it. And then when we do hit that crazy bull run and we get these crazy targets that people are talking about that we probably will hit, it will be like on top, right? We'll be sitting pretty like at a good position and not really worrying about much.
Yeah, and like, dude, when I see alts start running like 20% days, that's another indicator where I'm like, dude, we're getting ready to rally. It does mean like, dude, 3 weeks of just going long, pressing the green button. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. And we have had really strong rallies that'll last like a couple months. And obviously we're always going to pull back at a point, but we've had good rallies, like, and you can just kind of get in, play it. If you have enough discipline, get out, wait for like the pullback, and then just kind of do it again. But the thing about the bull run is like when we go into alt season, it's like alts are going 20% every day. And like I'm a low leverage guy. I use about like 7x leverage. I don't do 20 or 100. I don't do none of that. But like even me going 7 with the slots that I enter, like even just token going up a couple of cents, like that's big for me. That's how it felt for me in 2021. And I didn't come into the market, and I didn't come in the altcoin market in 2021 until pretty late. Like I had those Bitcoins that I was holding, the ones that I bought for 3,500, but I wasn't looking at alts back then because I was still like, I had so much stuff going on in real life that I didn't really care. I mean, I wish I did, because honestly, like I took the Bitcoins, and like I bought a watch with that money, which was it was stupid because I basically had 9 Bitcoins. And when I had withdrawn those to do that, the Bitcoin was like at 10.5. And like having like the 2017 experience, I was like, I don't think we're going more than like 11 or 12. I was like, I'm gonna just sell this, buy back in. And like we ran to 20. If we run 7K, there's a good chance like we're gonna run like 20, 30K more. And that happened. That happened twice. And that was a short rally, like from like December of 2020, November of 2020. Even though Bitcoin continued to run, like alts went stupid from like January, February of 2021 up until May. It was like 3 month cycle, then it was done. Like everything went like 10, 20x. Everything hit like all time high. And then boom, crash out. That's when Coinbase went public. I don't know if you remember that time period, but that's when Coinbase went public. That was like the top
Yeah.
before we get down to that 28K range. And when we went to that 28K range, that's when I had bought those Bored Apes. Cause like around that time period, I had scored heavy on the market, but I had to pay a bunch in taxes that I wasn't ready for. Cause 2021 was the first year I actually like had to like paying a good chunk, and I was like not ready for that. To where like all my trades, dude, I basically had nothing after that. But I had the Bored Apes. But like, at the time, I didn't know the Bored Apes were like the Bored Ape. I don't got nothing right now to like get back in the market, and like surely enough, a week or two later, I saw price go up on Apes. I was like, dude, all we got to do is just like kind of shill these and like price can go up.
And I want to, I guess, elaborate on that and ask you, how exactly did you get into the Bored Apes? Like, did you just research it yourself, or you kind of found other people talking about it? And did you get in at like the mint price too?
I'll put it like this. I followed this guy named Zapito, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was like heavy in the shoe game because I told you I was in the shoes heavy. And I saw that he was doing like, he was making the shoes in the NFT. I was like, what is that? So I looked it up and I was on the OpenSea and I was like, I'm not paying no 10 bands. So I was like, what else is on here? And I was just looking around and I saw those apes. I was like, these look kind of cool. Like, but I was just ready to splurge because this was before everything crashed. You know what I'm saying? This was right before Coinbase listing, because that was Coinbase listing was the top.
I mean, it's almost like hitting a lottery, right? Getting in the apes, because we hit a high of what, like 500,000 floor price, probably maybe even something more in USD value. So that's a good hit right there. And as far as NFTs that we're seeing right now, are there current NFTs that you're interested in, or anything that you have your eye on right now?
I realistically checked out NFTs when I saw the apes hit like 450. I was like, this is absolutely insane. I was like, this is a top. Like, it's the top. And it wasn't just like the floor price of the apes. When I saw how much people spent on like the metaverse land, I was like, people don't even know what this is yet. Like, and people are spending this much money on the dropping like 6 racks, like just on gas. It's like, this is absolutely unsustainable. And I was like, I kind of like had a really bad taste in my mouth for NFTs at that point, because I had sold my apes probably in September of November. So I was out around like the 160, 225 range, 250 range. That's when I jumped out. And I wish I didn't, obviously. And it wasn't like the cope or the negative in me that was like, dude, this is the top. Because I had a buddy that he called me one day. He's like, dude, he's like, I'm still working at the dealership and I still have all the apes. I was like, sell them now. Like, you have like $2 million worth of ape coin. He sold and he didn't make the market go down, obviously, but I just knew in my gut, I was like, NFTs are done, dude. Like, if people are paying this much and like just to be in like a club or a community, like, this ain't it, essentially, because it's like, what is still around? Like, yeah, apes are still around, but I think the only reason why apes are still around and still so high is because like you don't really want to sell at this point. And honestly, there ain't a lot of buyers. In my opinion, everything's gonna slowly just over time. Yeah, I'm extremely bearish on NFTs. I haven't seen anything good come from them. I mean, I obviously made money in them, but like I just jump in on waves, dude. Like, I'll ride a market that I don't even know. Like, I remember I jumped in stocks in 2020 and like I killed it, and I didn't even really like know stocks at all like that. Like, I didn't know any of that, but I wouldn't say copy traded, but I had a couple people that like I just watched what they did and then I put my own rotation together. Like, I used to have that in my bio, like emotional copy trader, because like back in the day, especially on crypto, I would find these super low cap accounts, like dudes with like 200 followers that were just smashing banger after banger. And like I was trading spot back then and doing well. Like I wasn't on leverage, I wasn't doing any of that. And I was like, dude, I'm hitting. I'm addicted to catching those type of moves. But it only happens at certain points in the market. Like the market's got to be ready, like with a little bit of volume.
Definitely. And you know how we saw the trend of NFTs back in 2021? I guess that was the trend of the that bull
Mhm.
run. And then in 2017,
Yeah.
it was more of the ICOs kind of coming out. And then more recently, we're seeing AI trends, a bunch of these AI coins coming out, and then, ChatGPT coming, and then this new like world coin, right, where they're scanning like your iris and it's almost like a Black Mirror episode, like something insane like that. So I want to get your take on what you think the new meta or like the new trend would be for this upcoming bull run.
I'm biased on this because honestly, I haven't really paid attention to anything AI. I know it's useful, but I know a lot of it is kind of like gimmicky almost. And I'm not going to say like a scam, but it's like, how do you combine AI and crypto? I don't know how somebody would like be doing AI and have like a crypto use case unless it's like, hey, like if you like are in this Discord server, you can pay with X token to like generate AI images because they charge you to use AI. It's like 30, 40, $50 a month. As far as like a new meta, I'm kind of trying to figure that out right now. To me, what would be a new meta, dude? Somebody starting like a channel that actually like helps people. Like there's real educational, like this is how you get a wallet, these are great exchanges to trade on, this is how you send crypto to one person to another, this is how you cash out on Cash App. Like if somebody had something like that was like funneling in a bunch of people, and then you had not specific like callers, like oh this guy, like we all take his calls. It's like no, there's notable people that are in that community that's like, hey, like let's listen to what this guy's saying. It's not like, hey, everybody take his call, because like you know how that goes. If the call doesn't work, everybody's complaining. To where it's like, I think if somebody like created a financially literate community within crypto Twitter, that would be the new meta. But nobody's done that, and everybody had the chance to do so with NFTs, but nobody did that. I ran a Discord server for 2 years through a straight bear market. Like there was no up. I started the Discord like right at 69K. Like that was the day I started Discord. And we still hit like and you could go back and like dig through it. It's like we smacked NFTs, we smacked NFT tokens. Like NFT tokens had like a 2-3 month rally. That's what popped off the Discord. Sand, mana. The only reason I was charging for that was because I had so many people that have followed me throughout the years where I was like, dude, I'm tired of posting this. I'm tired of telling people what to do. Like, I'm going to charge for this chat and just join it. Cause somebody's like, dude, just please make a chat. I'll pay for it. And like, that's what made me make the Discord. Cause I was like, whatever. Like, if he wants it, there's got to be some other people. I didn't expect it to get the type of traction it did at all. Like I was not expecting that. To where like I'm looking at these NFT projects that like can't provide value, haven't educated nobody about nothing. I'm just like, what are y'all doing? And y'all have money? And this isn't me trying to like shill Discord chats, but like as far as a new meta, it can't be something where it's like we're all relying on one person. It has to be like community meta. I take a lot of risks, so like I don't, when I get scammed and rugged, it's just like God chalk it up, God chalk it up. I don't like think too much into it. But like when I do think too much into it, it's like, dude, like I have like hundreds of people that went and minted X project because like I was a part of it. Like y'all didn't tell me y'all were about to dump all y'all's tokens, NFTs or whatever. Like I'm over here like thinking this is real, like put my heart into it, time into it. Like you're super docs, like you just don't care. Like none of these guys care. And that's when I realized I was like, these guys don't care, doxed or not. I'm just bearish on NFTs because nobody essentially does what they're saying that they're going to do. And like, as far as a new meta, like, yeah, I would think that tokenized groups like private discords that actually provide value, I would think that would be the new meta. But honestly, nobody's capitalized on it because everybody's like, oh, I don't want to run a paid chat. Like they think it has a bad connotation behind it because all these guys that run paid chat, scammers and like actual copy traders, they don't know how to trade. They're just sitting there waiting on dude to be like, yo, like long Shopify. Like, no, that's not how this works. You got to hit. Like you have to hit. Like I've had tons of wins and tons of L's, and my whole following, they know that I take L's. Like I'm not scared to just ape something. It takes a lot for me to get excited. And I honestly, I ain't really excited about nothing. Like if I had capital, yeah, maybe I'd be buzzing around the NFT space harder looking for some. But realistically, I know it's all just gonna keep going down. And like I don't have the capital to be invested in something that's going down. It's not that I'm just in it for the money, but like I'm not going to be sitting here like how I have on like the past 30, 40, 100 projects that I've aped into that just literally went to zero, because I've smooth lost over 7 figures on the market between NFTs and crypto. I messed up a big bag in this market before.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone, I'm in the same position too. Like I started low, I got up to a good figure, and then the greed kind of kicked in, and everyone was thinking, oh, we're gonna go higher, or we're gonna buy into certain alts, and then NFTs were where I lost a lot of my money. So I bought it, I made some money, but then I also lost a lot. I kept holding it in the hopes that it was just gonna go higher, and that these pictures, some of them had value, some of them had utility. I still do believe that some projects, big projects that are continuously building during this bear and do have more value, could be a good buy, could be a good risk reward. But me personally, I prefer fungible projects. So I'm going more into altcoins compared to NFTs. But like you said, if I had more money, I would diversify. But at the same time, I'm just really focused on what's going to get me the most gain right now.
Yeah, like I hate to be greedy, but like we're in a tough time, dude. Like I got kids, bills. Like, bro, I would like literally sit there, watch my bag tank and just not sell it, because I'd be like, I'm not dumping. Like, why would I dump? It's been so many bags like that, like crypto mores. I remember like my bag at peak was so ridiculous. Never sold that. Like sold it way on its way down. Like it's just a bunch of stories that I got like that. Happy token did the same thing with that. There's got to be something new. Like somebody has to do something new. Everybody's still like trying to like, oh, what's so and so doing so we can copy it. When realistically, none of this stuff's like dope. Like, oh, you're making a video game? Cool. Like, how many people are realistically going to play that? I'm watching like NFTs try to make games. I'm like, nah, bruh.
And it's the play to earn concept, right? That everyone's kind of attracted to, right? The more you play, you could treat it like a job in a sense if you're really good at it. Like kind of how Bored Ape was it Dookie Dash, right? Some game like that,
Yeah.
and you get like some rewards, and some guy got like number one key and sold it for like $1 million.
One guy. How do y'all have these big treasuries and like nobody's getting anything? Nobody wins. Y'all don't do monthly raffles. Hey, like you're a holder, like, and you've never sold or you've held for this many months, like you get to attend our boat party in Miami for these days. They ain't doing stuff like that. Like that's what I think of when I think of a founder, somebody that's sitting there literally trying to innovate all day, because that's what I got to do. I've tried to create projects. I'm running a project right now, and it's my first project, but it ain't a walk in the park, and you can't control what other people are doing.
You really can, and it takes time to build everything. Yeah, it's because I'm also trying to build this channel. I'm trying to build more like crypto education, trying to get it out there, trying to bring more, I guess you could say, like the normies, the normal people into this market.
Yeah.
And I think right before the bull run's like the perfect opportunity to do so, right? Just try to get people the most simplest assets. You can even just get them some Bitcoin, right? Just throw some Bitcoin, get some Ethereum, and they'll see the potential of what this market has to offer.
That's where my whole following came from. Like everybody hit Sheeb. Like when I posted Sheeb 2 3 years ago, everybody hit that, and that's low key what got everybody in. Because dude, I sat there on my stories like, y'all need to make Trust Wallet right now. Like make Trust Wallet right now, and I kept saying it. Next thing you know, everybody started making Trust Wallet, and like all my buddies, like they started jumping into crypto. Like it's got to be stuff like that. Like, and it's hard because you're like, yeah, that'll take a lot out of you. But I mean, back then it was fun. It's like nobody's really trying to onboard no more. People are going to complain. There's people that are bag holding, that are negative, that they're waiting on a pump to sell, because you never know what somebody might need some money for. And it's like, I don't hold that against anybody. If you got to sell, like, get out. Like, I'm not forcing anybody to do anything.
Yeah, there's like a bad mindset in crypto, which I really noticed the last bull run, is that everyone will kind of make you feel bad for holding a bag, or they'll be like, oh, look at you, you sold your bag, and make you feel really bad about it and try to like publicly shame you and be like, just hold the bag, just diamond hand it, like we're all gonna make it, these crypto terms that are in a sense very toxic, that get people really pushed in and really bad side of crypto. Like there's good sides and there's also bad founders.
And what somebody should have been saying when people were saying it's like, are you paying my bills, bro? Like, are you paying my bills? Like, you're gonna tell me I can't sell something. If you want to sell, we can't stop you from selling, but like it's only gonna be just a negative outlook if like people start selling or even get mad about it or even caring about it. Like you just can't care. Like if you're gonna be a part of something, it's gonna take 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Like it just has to. Anything that's overnight, it's going to zero. I'm not a dummy. I know when something's paid. I know when they're trying to like get you to like, hey, like so and so has it, you should have it. Like, nah. Like I'm the dude sitting there like sweet, like Logan Paul just bought like we're about to pay because I'll never forget that. Like we were all in a space. The vibe was lit. Like back then the vibe was lit. We were all in a space. All these famous people kept tapping in.
And I'm hoping that there's someone building right now that's a little more genuine and we get back to kind of those, like very upbeat, very like lit, as you're saying, times, like to where everyone kind of really comes as a community again and it's not like left and right scammers. Like there's
Yeah.
scammers, there's people phishing, there's like all these like meme coins now since, Pepe first came out and now these all these other meme coins, everyone's literally putting their money and they go up 10x and again they get lost in greed and then the founder just rug pulls like millions of dollars and just dips, right? It's just gone. It's like that's the market we're in right now and I genuinely don't like that and I'm ready for the market to get more mature and more
Yeah.
like more legit projects.
That's why honestly, like I ain't really been on Twitter because I'm like, this is dead. Like everybody's talking about Ben ETH and BitBoy. I'm like, where's the alts? Where's the alpha? Like I use, like I said, like my low gem account guys I follow, I don't see them on my timeline no more. Like I don't know what happened to Twitter, but I never see the alpha. All I'm seeing is just dumb stuff. I'm like, bro, Ben ETH, like these are the guys with the money right now. Like that's
Yeah.
why this space is smashed because all the people that really made the money, like them pokey guys, they made the Kevin meme guy, like them dudes hit for 80 million. Like dudes like Beanie, like he capped like 60 million off the space. This is all money gone. Like other side, what was that, like 350 million just out of the space? Like all this money just getting ripped, dude. That's the money that's supposed to be in play. That's everybody's re-up. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like it, yeah, it could just be like a couple rich dudes, but like at the same time, nah, that's a lot of different people, dude, that just got rugged. Like all my friends then got rugged. Like I got rugged last night buying a meme token. Like I still like will play the market, but like I already know what it is. It's literally 99% scam.
It's a tough market right now, but I'm really hoping that we come out of it soon. I do feel like we probably have one more like disciplined dip to come down and kind of humble everybody and then kind of come right back up. But who knows? We could like double bottom, go all the way back down to 15 to 20K, Bitcoin levels. But, you never really know.
Yeah, I do think we're at a good point with Bitcoin. Like I said, as long as nothing like stupid and random that happens that's like actually bad, all that could happen at this point is like something with Binance. Cause like there ain't no sell pressure. We're all greedy. Like nobody's selling their token. Nobody's selling enough token to like hit the market. You know what I'm saying? To where like
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like one more manipulated dip and then we continue ripping. I'm not counting out like another big manipulated dip or another big, offset of something like you're saying, some Binance FUD or another big black
yeah,
swan event. You never know.
yeah, because I honestly think that is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be like one more manipulated dip, and once we get over 32K, we're just gonna rally like stupid hard. I haven't been too deep in like the trading recently, but I'm always around, dude. I'm always looking, and anybody's anybody's more than welcome to like DM me any question like about the market, what I think, like any of that. And you just take it with the grain of salt. Like I ain't always right, but like I do pay attention to this stuff. I do like love it. Like I do love trading for sure, especially like when I have the capital to blow on it. But I'm in
Yeah.
like a tight situation right now. So like I haven't been able to buzz around like that. I still have been trading. damn near every day. But like, yeah, not what I used to. But I'd love to help anybody.
You've helped me out a lot too. Like honestly, like just me reaching out. I reach out to a lot of people on Twitter trying to get them also on this channel, just other people. And you were one of the first people to actually respond and right away be like, yeah, you know what, I'm down. Like let's just do it. So I appreciate that. You're really willing to help. You're giving that helping hand. So that's big.
I appreciate it, bro, for real. Yeah, I didn't know what it even was at first. I was like, screw it, like podcasts, like I get to kind of air out the NFT space. Like I'm with it. Because
Yeah.
people just don't go blind to this, dude. Like just dedicating their whole bag or life towards like a community that's like, I don't know. I just don't like watching people lose money and waste their time.
Thank you so much for
It,
coming on the podcast. I'm hoping that I can have you on again, and maybe we can get you and other community members also on it, like part of Discord, or we can kind of do like a group session going on. That would be nice too.
yeah, I'm down, bro, for sure.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to my second interview on this channel. I genuinely hope that you learned a lot from this. And if you haven't already, please follow NoKapRich on Twitter. I'll also be dropping my Twitter below. I'm looking for interviews, so if anyone out there that has crypto knowledge or is wanting to get crypto knowledge wants to come on the channel and do an interview like this, I'm all for it. So please hit me up, let me know, and we can get something set up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.